if we win, if all it takes is one heal. Not that heal. All it takes is one heal for us. Hey yo, how's it going everyone? Entropy here today with another video. Today we're going to be doing another deck profile, this time of a deck that got supported with the new G set 4. A little obscure, but it is Sanctuary Guard Dragon. Now, players of the TCG would know this as a very iconic meta deck. It is very strong in the TCG. Unfortunately, do I think it's really meta here? It is not, but it is a blast from the past. It is the nostalgia hitting me, and for some reason, while I was testing this, a lot of people messaged me asking me about it, so coincidentally, you ask and I deliver. So here we go. Let's talk about Sanctuary Guard and how my build works. So, starting off with, we're going to be playing Grade 3 Searcher. Now, why the Grade 3 Searcher? I know what you're trying to say. I know what you're trying to say, right? I tried, let's say, this card, Jump Gal, which looks like the best fit because you do want grade 1s on your board, and this unit is a grade 1 or less with intercept, right? But, well, it's so easy to remove, right? So the next one I worked with was the Milius. Now the Milius is great. It has a pseudo resist that makes it sticky. So when you have more of these grade 0, grade 1s, your board gets bigger and bigger. Very, really nice. And also, you can also switch this into a grade 2, whatever you want. And we do play Blaster Blade Spirits. So you get a Caramelast 1, you tuck this into the soul, you call it the Spirit, you get Caramelast 1, you get to retire something. Very nice, right? Well, that is true, but then I started getting grade stuck, or I started getting the ride that I didn't want. So at the end of the day, I decided to go with the grade 3 Searcher. And if you do want to play Milius, which I think is also a very close second, I will explain some options that I would change to the list to make the Milius approach work. But Jump Gal, too easy to remove, not to my taste. We're going to be playing one of the Battlesong Angel. It can gain resist and also 2k. It's really solid. You can play this at 2 as well if you cut one of the 6ks. But this is one of the really nice units that we have. Hidden Sage Miron. Now it says when placed from deck, Soul Blast 1, draw 1 card. Your Sanctuary Guard's little gimmick is whenever you place them or stride, you get to discard a card to Superior Call at grade 1. So this is your main Superior Call target. You Superior Call this from the deck, Soul Blast 1, draw 1, and then you have an extra grade 1 on your board, and you have some power and the draw. So this is really nice, and definitely helps the deck. Plus, we play 4 of the Sisyphus, just for striding, because striding is a main part of the deck. And we play 4 of the counter-charging PGs, of course. Next, for the grade 2s, we're playing 3 of the Spirits, as we mentioned. This helps you get some retires on. Do you have many ways to Superior Call this? Well, you do have one main way without the Milius, so I will mention that with the strides later. We play 4 of the Knight of Twin Sword with the big numbers. Knight of Twin Sword is really helpful to just swing and enable multi-attacks. Your boosters will be really big, so whatever you Superior Call will be also big with depending on the stride, and just get things going. Multi-attack much more consistently. We play 4 of the Blaster Blades, just on plays Caramelast to retire something, and it's searchable with Ganslot, which we play at 4. So that's really nice, helps us put some triggers back into the deck as well. And we play 2 Net of Fragments, just for the extra 2k, and helps you get the Soul Charge and Counter Charge. We use the Soul with this with the grade 1, and we use the Counter Blast with cards like Blaster Blade. So this is helpful at times. You don't really need to see it, but it is nice as an option to Superior Call off Knight of Twin Sword. You can play around with the ratios of the Twin Sword and the Blaster Blade Spirit, depending on what you like. And for the grade 3s, we play the Sanctuary Guard Arc. This is your main right target. GB2 during your turn, all of your grade 1 or less gets plus 5k. Rarely will you see this, but it can be helpful when you're desperate. But mainly for the stride skill. When your Sanctuary Guard strides, discard a card, Superior Call a grade 1 or less from your deck, and give it and the Vanguard plus 3k. So again, we're going to Superior Call the grade 1. 9k booster, and get the Soul Blast 1, draw 1. Very nice. Backup wise, we do have the OG Sanctuary Guard Dragon. Limit Break 4 gets extra power, but mainly for the on place. Discard a card from your hand to call a grade 1 or less from your deck. So if you're going first, sometimes maybe going to the Zank card is better. You unbrick your hand, you get to filter through, you get to the body, and you get the Soul Blast 1, draw 1, and that's nice. You can't really proc the third skill with this deck, but it's neat. It's a buff, but not really relevant here. And lastly, we play 4 of the Ganslot's. Ganslot's nice because we get to return this trigger into the deck and search for a Blaster Blade, which helps us retire something from the front row. So, or you know, a key piece like Bezel. So this is really nice because all Sanctuary Guard is about, it's about plussing and building a big board. And you do need the Blaster Blades or the Knight of Twin Swords to either retire to get more shots to the face or multi-attack and get more shots to the face. So it just really depends on the situation. Most of the time the retire is better, but of course we do have resists in the meta, so it really depends. For the strides, we're playing one of the Blade. It's still really solid, it's free and easy to use. Just on hit, Superior Call something. You can Superior Call the Knight of Twin Sword to then attack again with a boost to Superior Call something else. You have two of the Saint Blow. This is also generic. I like this because it has the crit and also has a pseudo resist, which can come in handy from time to time. We played two of the Aerial Alt Mile. So this is generic. GB2 on place, True Persona to call a grade 2 card from your deck and give it +5. So Superior Calling a Spirit is one of your main targets just to get that one extra retire. But for the Vanguard support, we have the Vanguard Regale, which is iconic from Fighter's Collection. If you have Vanguard in your heart, all your front row gets +3 for each of your grade 1 or less rearguards. So it means that you get really big numbers, and so you get to make the best use out of the multi-attack. Or if you have 3 grade 1 or below in the back row, well, that's +9k to the front row. What that means is you could hit over those heal guard numbers and just ask for 3 PGs when your opponent's at 5, which is really, really devastating. You know, a lot of people don't expect that kind of numbers in this game. And it's really easy to set up a double retire with a double Blaster Blade or Blaster Blade plus Blaster Blade Spirit. And lastly, we have the Holy Dragon Sanctuary Guard Imperial. This card is pretty neat as well. It's probably your first stride. If you have a Vanguard in your heart, +1, give one of your grade 1 or less rearguards. The two abilities, first of all, it gets +3 for each of your grade 1 or less rearguards. So it's a big beater, you don't need to commit a booster for it. And secondly, when it hits your Vanguard, gets +10, +1 crit. So generally, you're trying to like maybe retire something. Your rearguard hits rearguard, your grade 1 rearguard hits Vanguard, your Vanguard gets an extra crit, and then you go for 2. You push from like either 3 to 4 and asking for a PG, or from 2 to 5. And that's really, really a lot of pressure. If it's 2 to 5, you can then go to the Regulate for the big numbers, or go into the Alt Mile for the Blaster Blade Spirit, and that's how you win the game. So that's basically it. Let's go into a game or two and see how it works on the ladder. It is quite fun, but it was quite a bit of playtesting, right? Because on paper, numbers, do they really matter in Zero? They do with the introduction of heal guards, but they don't pack the same punch as in the TCG, because you do need to hit over the intercepts and whatever, right? It's not just about being big and asking if your opponent can guard it or not. So it is different. It's not going to be as meta defining as it was, but it's still really nice and applies a lot of pressure, and I think it's quite underrated. So it did get support from starting from Fighter's Collection when Sanctuary Guard got released, and right now. So I definitely think if you have the cards, give it a go. So I think we could get rid of the Spirit. Actually, the Gan slot will search for the grade 2 anyways. So alright, 2 heals. That's really not good. Really not good. But we gotta play with the hand we're dealt. So grade 1s generally ride the 6k or the 7ks. Those are fine. 6k, I guess. It's a dead card. I guess Vanguard can just ditch it, and a 7k body is better. But striding with a 7k is nice. So I'm just gonna ride this. That's fine. The Miron. And for the grade 2s, generally I'm going to ride the Spirit, because it's generally a dead card in your hand, and the 10k body's quite nice, especially against like Gale Moons, for example. If not, then the Blaster Blade is fine as well, but maybe the Knight of Twin Sword. I mean, all of them are pretty fine, but mainly the Spirit. And then the grade 3, generally you're going to go into the like Arc. But if you're going first, from time to time you have a really bad hand, then you could choose to go into the Sanctuary Guard Dragon as well. So if you do want to play the Milius, right, if you want a little bit more consistency, and you're okay with not going to Vanguard, then I would be playing the Milius, and then I would be playing the 1 Alt Mile instead of the 1 Vanguard. So that way, you still have the 4 Stride Fodders to search for a grade 3, and even if you don't go into Vanguard, you still have Blade, you still can go into the Aerial Alt Mile or the Saint Blow afterwards, so it's still a very valid game plan. But I just want to focus more on the Vanguard stuff, so that's why I choose this approach. But if you want to have a little bit more stride shenanigans, and also want to get access to the spirits and the grade 2s more consistently, and also a stickier starter, you can definitely give the Milius a try as well. So let's give it a look. Our opponent has the Marchika. They did get the Zelma from the starter skill, so it's really not looking good for us. We have like, what do we have? Stride Fodder, her Arc, 2 heals, and a PG. The good thing about this matchup, I guess, for Pale Moon is that even though they have a lot of attacks, they can generally only attack the Vanguard's face 3 times. Well, if we're at 5. I guess they can do more when we're not at 5, so yeah. Hope for defensive, I guess, is what we have right now. That's the plan. Got a little trick here. Pull it back out, so you have a 15 and 19. Really nice play. They're gonna push us to 4 if we don't see a heal. Can we please see a heal, please? Draw trigger. Oh, PG. Well, perfect. That's gonna help us unbreak ourselves. And against them, that's fine. He's gonna ride the Vanguard Arc. He's gonna search for grade 2. And another thing about playing the grade 3 searcher is that since we are playing Ganslot, which can just search for a retire, it's not that bad. It's not as bad as it looks. So, and even like worst case scenario, you draw into like another Vanguard that you don't want. Well, you can always just use it as a stride fodder, right? So there's that. So I'm just gonna leave it like this. I'm not confident in hitting triggers because we do have 2 in our hand. And there we go. See, you're gonna see a draw. So let's see what they got. They do have the Lukia in the soul already, so this is going to be a 13k. And let's see how many shenanigans they can pull off. I mean, they only have 1 Counter Blast, so I don't really expect too much. But, you know, you never know. I guess they can always set up with Mystique for now and just try to thin out their deck. Superior Calling the starter, and then the Arena, and then finding ways to put them back. Just to see more triggers. I think that's some really good play as well. Zelma here. Yeah, they can also just call out the Arena, thin out the deck. Got nothing though. Probably like PGs or like the heal guards. Slow charging a PG, that's unfortunate, but they did pull off the Ana. So that's an option for them. So yeah, gonna go through the thinning with the Arena and calling out the Marchika for the multi-attack here. Pretty straightforward. Another Zelma. And the 12k. So 9's gonna hit, 16 call them out, 1, 2, 3. So they're gonna ask for 2 defensives here. Maybe 1 if we see a heal trigger. But we do have 2 in our hand already, so I don't know if the odds are with us here. We're gonna get pushed back quite a bit. But let's hang on tight and see what happens. Calling out the Marchika. Surprised they didn't call another grade 2 instead. They have another Marchika, that's fine then. So 1 defensive here, hopefully. Okay, that's really nice. SP, Vanguard coming in clutch. Hopefully they don't see a trigger. If not, then we will need to spend 2 heal guards here. And we don't play Legion, so we can't put them back. Okay, 1 more. Yeah, lucky. Like, they thin the deck a lot, right? They used Arena twice that turn, so it is quite lucky that they didn't see a trigger here, and we did. Which just shuts down that little column there. But are we safe? We're definitely not safe yet, so we still need to work really hard to get back to speed. So I'm just gonna call out. I'm gonna Superior Stride the Imperial. $13 though. Yeah, I'll stride the Imperial for the grade 3. I might have to call down the 7 for the extra numbers. And a twin sword. We're gonna ditch the grade 1 to call out the grade 1. So last one, draw 1. Alright, Blaster Blad. Blaster Blad. Let's see. So 9. We do need to remove one of these to clear out the path. And we're going to use the Imperial skill on the unit we Superior called. So it hits the numbers. And we're just going to swing 9 to 9, 15 to face, enabling our crit. And we're going to swing and push to 5. And hopefully see a heal here, see a heal here, see a draw here. Okay. So the bad thing is that we don't have Counter Blast. The good thing is that, well, we still have the counter-charging PGs, which can help us out with that. So, I don't know if that's enough, but hopefully it is enough. Right, our opponent doesn't have the on-hit to multi-attack our face right now. So that's good. That means that they can still have 3 attacks to our face, but we do have Heal Guard plus PG to handle that wave. And the next turn, well, next turn, we need to figure out how to finish the game. We have Knight of Twin Sword. We can go into Regale for the Knight of Twin Sword plays for the big numbers. We could go into the Aerial Altmile for the Superior Call Spirit for the Caramast 1 retire. Or maybe Saint Blow, YOLO, and hope they don't have a PG and play around the heals. So it really depends. Really depends. For right now, just gotta brace ourselves and survive, and then we can think about next turn when we get to next turn. PG and PG. Okay, so we solid here. Hopefully they don't see a heal. If they do, that would be a pain. Luckily they only have Twin Drive because they didn't strike, and we're gonna get that one counter charge. So this counter charge is gonna define the game. All right, let's see what we have. Stride. Do we go into Altmile or the Blade? Sorry, Altmile or the Regale? That's the question. Which one is it? Which one is it? I think the Regale might be the play. Just bigger numbers, right? Bigger numbers. Hopefully we could get through. Ditch something. Sure, take this. Get extra numbers. Thin out the deck. Kind of want power here for the numbers, so we ask for PG. Okay, we do have a PG in our hand, so that's nice. That's asking for 1 PG or double Heal Guard, and this is 23, which is unfortunately, oh no, 32. So this is PG or double Heal Guard as well. Unfortunately, they did have 2 PGs, but as you can see, the power, it might not seem valuable, but what it means is we get to just skip the part where we ask for heal guards and go straight to the part where we ask for PGs, which can be really helpful. I'm gonna call some stuff. They got the Zelma, they got the Marchika, and I call this my nightmare. I call this my nightmare. It's nice when you see these combos when you're on the side of the winning side. You know, when you're the combo, when you set up the combo, but it's not fun when you're on the receiving end of it and you see blah 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 multi-attack and then win games. So here we go, they get the on-hit, they get the Zelma. I think they have like 3 or 4 Zelmas at this point. Yeah, 3 Zelmas. The 4th one is on the board. It's a Zelma Fiesta. So, gets the Zelma in. Oh, interesting. Not tucking the Marchika. Gonna call out the Ana. And wow, gonna go hard on this. Asking for two. Gonna call out a Zelma. Fix up that column with the Marchica. Get another body. And we have 2 heals in the deck of 8 cards. The odds aren't too bad. Not too shabby. If we win, all it takes is 1 heal. Not that heal. All it takes is 1 heal for us. And we have game. All we need is 1 heal. Can we see that 1 heal? Unfortunately, no. If we saw the heal like the opponent did, then we would have went into same blow, had 2 crits, and won the game. But it is what it is. We got pushed to 4 to 5 way too early. And yeah, it is tough. But that's how the game is. Sometimes it's down to a trigger or 2. So yeah, I mean 2 and 8, and also like it's not even actually 2 and 8, right? It's not even 25% because we did whiff triggers. So some of it's like probably like 2 and 6 or 2 and 7, something like that. But anyways, let's just go into game 2 and see how we do. One of the troubles is I chose not to play harmonics. Gulp. Gulp. So that's not nice. I'm really tempted to just hold on to the PGs. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold on to it. I don't want to get comboed. The leaders, yeah, it's still probably gonna be combos. Yeah, it's combos. Combo Messiah. The thing is, I don't get it. Like, why do we call it Combo Messiah? Because are there any non-combo variant that's relevant? I don't know. We're just gonna put the Ganslot back. Draw trigger, good trigger. And hey, the draw trigger? Nope. That card draws, but not a trigger. Alright, gonna put 7 to just gonna put 1 card to damage. So we do have the Vanguard arc, and if we do need a Stride Fodder next turn, we can always Liberal. So that's still fine. But as you can see last game, that 1 counter charge really made a big difference from the PG. And so that is a big reason why I did play the Knight of Fragment. It's a 2-of, you don't really need to see it too often, but every counter charge matters when you need to use these counterblast skills to apply some pressure. I'm gonna ride this, actually, because I'm not really expecting the multi-attack to be a thing. I'm gonna put this in, fully search for a grade 3. Have one less thing for our opponent to lock as well. 2, 4, 6, 7. That's fine. Swing. Heal is really good. I like that. If only we had one last game, right? Instead of in our hand. So, alright, the Unlocker. There you go. So them riding the Awakening is really good for us. They're gonna skip ride. Okay, they missed. That's a real shame. That's a real shame. Feels bad, man. But I'm gonna take advantage of this. That's the unfortunate reality of the game. Let's try it. We're gonna go into the Imperial, and we're gonna push to 5. Gonna keep our columns and the bodies on our board to a minimal, just to make sure we don't get locked out of the game because we don't play harmonics. But still can do some shenanigans, still can draw cards, and that is nice. Just gonna use the Imperial. And I'm gonna keep the number of units I have to a minimal. Just gonna swing, hit the crit, and push to 5. So next turn we can still do some shenanigans, and still be very, very safe. Double trigger is very nice. I did try playing stance, right? Like the idea of having big chunky rear guards, playing stance triggers, taking the most value out of it. But the thing is, I just really wanted the consistency in drawing into my retire on multi-attacking pieces over just stacking stance triggers. And from my testing, this works better for me than playing like 9 stands or like hybrid like 5 stands or something. But definitely give stand triggers a go. You can also maybe try crits, but not a big fan of crits, honestly. So yeah, it's a shame because Royals doesn't have any like really good stand triggers yet, like as in grade 0 triggers. But we will get some stuff like Flow Goal down the line, which is pretty busted, so look forward to that, I guess. So they're gonna go into the Alter Ego finally with the Maximum Seal, the Fighter's Collection Stride. So this is the combo. They're not even gonna lock the front row. I don't know why. Why not? They ditched did they ditch PG to Stride? They have the combo. They have Awakening. I'm in danger. Alright, I guess they have the new Lady of the Neutron Star anyway, so they don't need to waste that Counter Blast. They have the Awakening, the Arrestor. Awakening is the grade 2. They have the Unlocker. And that's all. That's it. Okay, well, they have one Vanguard hit, Arrestor hits, Unlocker hits, and then Unlocker hits again. So 4 swings, they're gonna put us to 5. That's fine. They're at 5, so that's absolutely fine with me. Okay, a little questionable with the attack order. Usually you'd attack with the 21 first. Oh, I guess this way you can relock the unlock, relock the awakening. Yeah, but they're banking on like us not seeing it. I mean, yeah, that's fine. I guess they end up with the same count. I think they play better. They played better than I did. So that's my bad. Sorry for critiquing you on that one. And the swing, unlock for the extra power. That's a heal. So we still have 2 PGs. Seems like we're good on that end. But looks like we do want to do something here. Alright, what do we do here? Alt Mal is fine, but we do have the grade 2s anyways. The pseudo resist is useless. But power is nice. The power is nice. Hit over the defensive. Let's go into the Regolay. Regolay, get some big numbers. We're gonna clear up both of the front rows and try to ask for 2 PGs. So that's 1 retire. If you wanted to play safe, you can retire the grade 2 in the back row as well to shut down the combo. But that's really up to you. Just gonna clear out everything, make big numbers, and go for game. Pick up resist. 15. 27. And hoping for the best. 1 heal, please. 1 heal. That's a PG. So 2 cards left. They can lock the grade 2. A little tough situation here, but we'll see what we can do. Ditching 2 of the unlockers for that stride. That's a big play. Going into the Nebula, the big crunch. It looks like Nebula Lord, right? Keep thinking it's called Nebula Crunch. Alter Ego locks 1 of the front rows. Ooh, interesting. You're just gonna normal lock the grade 2 one. Sorry. Soft lock the grade 2. And do the proper locks on the grade 1 column. And here we go. Again, we're asking for a heal. So that's a real shame because our opponent got grade stuck as well. I just maybe calling the grade 1 for the Imperial play was the misplay. And of course, on our last turn, they're gonna see the heal instead of us. I feel like that's the big red flag. That's a PG. That gives us the 1 counter charge. And let's hope for the best. Fingers crossed. Please give us this one. And that's a no. So unfortunately, that is a big fat L. That's a big fat L. But I hope I got to demonstrate the amount of pressure the deck can provide and the amount of power that you can scale up to. And unfortunately, we didn't really get to showcase the multi-attack shenanigans with Knight of Twin Sword or Blade and stuff, but being able to just get really big numbers and hit over those 15 key numbers, hit over those heal guards, if your opponent's not really paying attention, not holding those PGs, you can definitely catch them off guard. Fortunately, we didn't really do that here, but I hope you get to give it a shot yourself and find what works for you. So I guess right now, I will go back to the drawing board, maybe replace a Regulate for Harmonics, and go from there. I think that would probably be helpful. Or just not straight into Imperial. I think the misplay was the Imperial. Yeah, I think going to the Imperial, leaving my front row not being grade 2 is a little bit too risky. But just kind of really wanted to just push them to 5 and then go from there. But yeah, opponent had the defensives, just not my game. So that's basically it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to the members, Camways, Nova Grappler, 2Mellow, ZBD, and Casey for supporting the channel. Appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Hope you liked the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already and want to see more. And hope this is a good place to start for you to tinker around with the iconic Sanctuary Guard. So thank you so much. Hope you have a good time, good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're from. And see you in the next one. Bye. I said I'd do it. I said I'd do it. And I did it. Oh well, it is what it is.